Hello ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to yet another build video. I'm your host Madnek as always, and today we're gonna talk about my new approach to Thief, I guess. I don't really like this approach, but people requested me and I've done my best to figure out the best way of doing it, so to speak. So, we're gonna play with the dagger-dagger today. Yes, I am showing off my swaggy things, whatever. Right, so first things first, this is me. Yes, this helm you can get from the achievements of the Nightmare, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just really, whoops, where the hell are we going? Right, Nightmare Within, is it? Yeah, Nightmare Within, you can get it from there. As you can see, I am going for the Berserker build, which is quite weird, although I'm not really for the Berserker build. I'm going for the Valkyr, I think it's Valkyr, is it? Not sure. Well, the freaking armor that gives you power, vitality, and critical damage. If I'm not mistaken, it's Valkyr. Although I might be mistaken. But if I'm not mistaken, it is it. And we're going for the Runes of the Traveler, which are only available in the outside world, that they're not available in the SPVP, so you might lack on that one, and you might want to get other runes if you go with this build for SPVP. I would advise it to go, I haven't tested this build in SPVP, but if I would go to SPVP, it would probably be the same build that I would use as a dagger-dagger, berserker, no, burst damage build, whatever. As you can see, I don't have those four as ascendants. I am working on it just to, to make sure. But when I get the ascendants, this is the type of ascendants I go for. Power, precision, 18 vitality, and critical damage. The 18 vitality is an important fact in my opinion, because as you can see, I get 1k toughness, which is completely nothing, which means I'm really squishy. And with the buff version, I get 1.3k vitality. This is with the food, 100 power, 70 vitality. I would go for the food, this food superior sharpening stone, which gain power equal to 6 of my toughness and 4 of my vitality. It's not a lot because I do lack on toughness and vitality, but it does help out. Right now the power with the buff, of course, I have 3.3k attack power. Except for that, I go for Berserker weapons, and sigils on the weapons are as follow: 30% chance on critical, trigger a flame blast, which is a blast of AoE. It has a 5-second cooldown, so you cannot just do it over and over again. And plus, it's a 30-second chance on crit, so you cannot do it every over and over again. And the second sigil on my dagger is damage. On my short bow, I go for flame as well, like 30% on crit is a flame burst thing. Alright, so you can buy the set if you want to buy the set and the daggers in the gem store. Daggers, I'm not sure the price on them, but I know the whole set of this is 800 gems. If you want, you can do that. If you don't want, you don't have to, Alright, so layout first of all. Let's start with the healing. I mostly will use withdraw. Sometimes I'll swap to hiding shadows just because I feel like it, but my most favorite heal with this one is withdraw. It gives me much more mobility, especially if you do the forward withdraw, which I lately learned like a few weeks ago. If you want me to teach you this, I'll teach you this as well. Actually, I'll teach you right now, alright? 1 second. So for this one, you will need 2 things, alright? First of all, you'll need to use free camera, so, tag that in, like check it in the box. And in control options, you need to put a keybind for the about face. About face does this. You see? That's what it does, right? It just swaps. If you look with your back, it swaps to you, right? So what you need to do is, when you're done that, fixing out that, when you run forward, you need to once click the left mouse button, then use the swap phase and withdraw, like really fast chaining, and then instantly after done the withdraw, right click again, because if you don't, then you start running backwards. Like if you do this, you start running backwards, you see? But if you, one second, sorry, if you do this and you well, it sometimes does bug out because, you know, it is the mechanics. It's like bending a little bit of the mechanics, but let me try and show you, alright? So here we go. No, sorry. Here we go, we're running, we do this, you see, forward, and you just keep on running, and that's about it, alright? It does sometimes bug out and turn the camera for you. You can, if you're fast enough, you can move the camera real fast like this. You see? So it's no problem. Let me test this again. Withdraw. And there you go. Forward withdraw, guys. There you go. Teach you the trick as well. You see? All tricks and stuff. It goes to, the tip goes to Lila Blackbird, if I'm not mistaken. It's another thief that is using a pistol dagger. The condition build, which is, in my opinion, if we would go one-on-one, you'd probably kick my arse. But let's just keep that into our, because I have no skills, I just know how to build stuff, and that's it. And then I'll let you use it and kill me with it, you bastards. Never mind. Alright, so traits, which is the most important thing, right? Oh wait, first, sigils, I'm signets, sorry. I'm using those two because those are the more preferred ones for me, because this one refills my endurance, because as you can see, we don't have the gain endurance when dodging. We are really lacking on the dodging. You dodge twice and then you're basically dry. So if you use this one, it will give you 100% of your gain of your dodging, which is as follow. There you go. I dodge, I don't have dodge, I have dodge. See? More dodging, alright? Just testing, just showing you how it works in on the field, on the action, you know. Not really, but never mind. Assassin Signet, which is really important. It gives you raw power damage, which is really good. And if you want to burn it, you gain 50% damage. Like, as a backstab, you know, the backstab does a lot of damage. With this one, it will be increased by 15% more, which is, hey, why the hell not, right? And Shadow Refuge, I go for only for survivability purposes. It gives me the stealth, it gives me the minor rejuve. And because I have this Shadow Embrace, it also will remove conditions from me, because the stealth it's quite long, so freaking hell, right? You could go for Shadow Step to remove conditions, break stuns, to be a little bit more mobile if you want. You can go for Roll Initiatives, which break stuns, evades, and give your initiatives if you want. Again, it also will remove all the crippled, shield, and immobilization on you, so it removes basically 4 stuff: stun, cripple, shield, and immobilize. Really good. And evade, so anyone damaging you, trying to damaging you while you do the roll, you'll evade everything, so freaking great, right? You could go for Signet of Shadows, for the blind and whatnot. I do not prefer it, because I go for Rune of Traveler, because I gain 25% movement speed from that one. The movement speed is really important in Worldly World, so, you know, you could go for this one, you can go for this one, you know. The blind is a good option, you know, a good thing, but in my opinion, if you are replacing it with anything else, then probably go for Blinding Powder, because the range on it is the same, as you can see, radius of the blind, sorry. It's the same, and in here you go to stealth as well, so, you know, it's better, in my opinion. The cooldown is 10 seconds more than Signet of Shadows, but you gain stealth, which is a win, if you know what I mean. There you go. That's my opinion. That's wise Madnek advice, alright? Something like that. Elite skills. I go for Basilisk Venom, or I go for Dagger Storm. Both of them are good. This is much better for if you're attacking a tower or something, or you're fighting a Zerg versus a Zerg, or guild versus guild, or group versus group, whatever you want to call it. Then the Dagger Storm is a high value against the Basilisk Venom. The cooldown on the Dagger Storm is double than the Basilisk Venom, but the damage you will put out and the stability that you gain is way superior than to the Basilisk Venom. Basilisk Venom I use on 1 versus 1, on 1 versus 2 situations, and except for that, it's, you know, there is no room for Basilisk Venom in major group fights, in my opinion, because Dagger Storm just flat out better. Alright? That's my opinion. You can punch me in the face if you don't like me. If you can catch me, that is. Alright, that was dumb. So, after testing the builds for this type of setup of dagger-dagger burst damage like you requested, this is the ultimate build that I came up with, alright? You can go for 30 points in deadly arts. The 30 points in critical strikes is a must, alright? In my opinion, it's a must. There's no way to avoid it. You have to go for it, alright? Because there's just nothing to do without it. That's my opinion. Because you gain, first of all, you gain 300 to your precision, you gain 30 critical damage, alright, increase. You must have either Hidden Killer or Executioner, depends which you prefer. I go for Practice Tolerance, it's not Patience, Practice Tolerance, that I gain 5% of my precision to my Vitality, which we don't have survivability like I've said before, so gaining that Vitality, in my opinion, is the better option, just a must. And in here you can go either for Furious Retaliation. There is no point for going Side Strike if you are already going for Hidden Killer, but if you want, you can go for that. And to go for Signet of Power, if you're burning those, you know, a lot, then yeah, definitely go for that. Right now I'll go for Furious Retaliation. Did I hear someone? Yeah, I heard someone. Never mind. Right, the camp was red, we're blue. We're quite losing this one, but whatever. It's probably because I'm not doing anything. Blame me. Yeah. So yeah, 30 points in here. Then you have like 40 points left. You can go for 30 points in Deadly Arts if you want, because it does give you a lot. Like, I go personally for 10 points just for the mug, and you'll understand why. There's one main reason why I do this. It does though give you weakness, and it does increase the damage that already has on a target that has conditions. The damage increased by 10%, which is a lot, and Stealing will apply poison right away, which lasts 12 seconds. So this one will come really, you know, good for burst, but it's up to you. I prefer not to go for that. I prefer only go for 10 points. It's your opinion, and it's your playstyle at the end of it. If you do go for 30 points in Deadly Arts though, I would advise to go for Panic Strike, which means if your target reaches the 50% health or less, your strike will immobilize your target for almost 5 seconds. That is freaking amazing, alright? The cooldown on it is 30 seconds, so you cannot chain it, but almost 5 seconds of immobilize, you can Cloak and Dagger backstab on that period, and you'll probably do a lot of damage with this build if you go for this, alright? And your damage is increased, which is freaking awesome and amazing. Now, except for that, for the 20 points, I would probably go for, where was it? Damn it, I already lost it. Not dual skill, Dagger damage will be increased by 5%, Dagger training. Alright, so you go for this, and you go for this, and with the 10% here, you just do a lot of damage. I prefer not to go because it's my you know, personal opinion, but that's it. Shadow Arts, I go for 10 points just for the condition removal, which I feel it's a must in PvP. I don't know, you can just skip that one and get it either into here or into here. And other builds, you know, ideas that you can have: Trickery 30 points, flanking strikes, which increase your damage from the side or behind, and since this is a backstab build, the 5% damage is really important. You gain 3 initiatives, which is a freaking awesome thing, especially with this build, because you do burn your initiatives. Stealing gives you initiatives as well. And Bountiful Thief, which you steal 2 boons and you get 17 seconds of vigor. Like I said, Dodging, we're missing on the dodging with this build, and vigor is such a good tool to bring it back. It's 100% endurance regeneration. I'm not sure how it really works on. I think it's the same rate of endurance gained, like this 15 endurance gain. I'm not sure though, but it's really good because it doubles your endurance regeneration. So why the hell not, right? And if you go for 30 points, then I would definitely suggest to go for sleight of hand, which dazes your target, but the more important, introduces the steel recharge by 20%. All right. Right now, with only 20 points in trickery, my steel is 29 seconds and a quarter. Now if you go for 30 points here, it will reduces the recharge rate, increases the recharge rate, reduces the cooldown even more, and with those 20%, it will reduce the steel to 21 seconds if I'm not mistaken. Back then when I tested, I think it was 21 seconds, maybe a quarter more or less or something like that, but 21 seconds plus minus. Which is really awesome, and it's really good. By the way, as you can see, we're back in Lion's Arch. Actually, the video is already completed, and today at work I remember that I forgot to speak about another setting in the build, so I'm just gonna talk about it right now. Alright, so technically we talked about an option of going for this build the way it is right now. We talked about the option of deadly arts 30 points and critical strikes 30 points, or we talked about 30 points in critical strike and 30 in trickery, you know, for reducing the steel as much as possible. By the way, the steel here, it says 29 seconds, but yeah, alright, it's 29 seconds, okay. Because I thought it was a little bit buggy still, but no, it's not. Okay, never mind. And now we're gonna talk about another option of going perhaps 30 points in Shadow Arts. So we're going for critical strike 30 points, Shadow Arts 30 points, and then you can go for either extra 5% damage, or you can go for mug, and this will apply poison as well, and this will give you 3 initiatives every time you steal. Now the combo is still viable, but it will be much weaker in my opinion, because of the nerfing of the cooldown. It won't be available as much as you want it to be, but if you go for Shadow Arts, you gain 1 extra stealth second, and you will see in the video of me taking down enemies, you'll see like at the last second of me finishing them off, I will be revealed. So it's a little bit annoying, and it can be like, if you're visual, you can be interrupted at the last second, and it's quite annoying, you know. But you know, that 1 extra second is really good. Gaining might every time you stealth, as you can see, it's gonna last for 17 and a quarter second, because we got some increasing. I guess it's the food. Is it? No, it's not. Oh right, it's my traveler set. So yeah. So stealing will give us, stealth will give us 2 stacks of might, which is quite good as well to increase your burst damage. And that is all, like I said, it all depends on you at the end of the day. And we can go for Shadow's Rejuve, which means you get a healing while you're in stealth. Now this healing can be combined with Shadow Refuge, which is really good for, you know, really fast healing if you need that. And you can go like in 30 points you go for that. For here you can go for patience if you want to gain initiatives at 1 per 10 seconds. I wouldn't advise it, but it can be done. Stealing grants you stealth. It is the most pointless thing if you're using the combo, because you're using the combo of cloak and dagger steal, which means you will be stealth as well. There were some rare occasions that when I used stealth, steal, and you know, cloak and dagger steal, that I wasn't lending the cloak and dagger because he dodged, or for whatever reason, whatever happened. That was a little bit annoying, but most parts it will land. And you could go for cloaked in shadows, which means you blind foes, which is pretty good, especially because you're cloak and dagger person, so you will blind your targets, especially if it's a melee target, which is really awesome. And then what else can we go for? I guess Shadow Protector, also a good option to go for. So even if you go for only 20 points just to get that 1 second of stealth, you know, any of those are good options. Like especially, me personally, I would probably go for either Cloak in Shadows for 20 points, or perhaps Shadow Protector, which is a really nice heal, which is pretty good. I was actually thinking perhaps going for 15 points in here and 50 points in here, you know, just to get those 3 initiatives. Those 3 initiatives are really making a lot of difference. And stealing the boons, it's really good. It's not a must, but it's really good. The vigor though, if you lose on the vigor, like I said, you're running on dry unless you burn your signet, which means you can dodge twice more, but once that burned out, that's it. I mean, you cannot dodge, you're a sitting duck basically, which is not the ideal situation for a thief. Me personally, this is my build. If you noticed, I in no situation go for acrobatics, not even for 10 points, because I find it pretty much pointless, except for perhaps the vigor, which could really work out with the heal, because it's 15 seconds, so every 15 seconds I get vigor for 9 seconds. Maybe the dodge, but the dodging is definitely a weaker point here if you're going for that, because we don't dodge as much. Like I've said, we don't have that dodging rotation like we have with the pistol dagger, the meaty build. So that's about it. So let's get back to the original video. I'm sorry for the interruptions. Now you probably want to see this build in action, right? Now I have a video of like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that, of me roaming in World. It's nothing special. I fixed that video, that montage, so to speak, in about 2 days or something. Kind of hard to find solo fights, but I'll show you against this one right here. So yes, hello birdies, what you want? I don't know you, go away, blah blah blah. Right, so the build contains 2 major, not 2, but few major things. As you can see, Cloak and Dagger, the casting of Cloak and Dagger is a ½ second, which is really good because it gives you time to do stuff. Like if you're, for example, you're fighting someone and you do Cloak and Dagger, you can, if you turn your camera behind, like if the target is behind you and you do this, right, then you Cloak and Dagger on him. So it's really good. But it also gives you the trick of using Cloak and Dagger and steal like this,
see to you.
right? And then you backstab. You can see the damage is done, right? Now, if you combine it with this, Basilisk Venom, that means you'll do even more damages. The problem is with the combo is, I mean, the combo is freaking great. There's no problem with the combo. The only problem is the cooldown on the steal. So that is when the 30 points in trickery comes into play. I prefer the mug personally because it does the burst damage, you know, the initial burst damage, and if you're lucky with your crit, then your flame triggers as well, which also does damage. Let's try it again, alright? Boom, boom. And if it does not, then yeah, that's it. Like I said before as well, I would, if you go for SPVP, I would advise going for this setup build, and like, but you know, I always say in my videos, play the way you want to play it, don't let anyone force you. So this build is fixed up build for me personally, for my playstyle personally. You can change this build, take this build as like basics, as okay, I'm starting building my build from this one. And then you can change it around, add points, remove points, change traits, do whatever you want with it, right? So this is what I usually do with my builds when I show you those builds. Just to starting point, change it however you want. Me personally, I would probably use this build in SPVP as well. The only problem with SPVP is you don't have the Traveler rune, which is in my opinion, not as important, but it is important. So I would probably go something with, you know, obviously with crit damage. That's a must. But I'm not sure how squishy I would be in PvP with the lack of vitality. I never tested this this build. I've been testing this build in World mostly, because that's what people ask me for, like roaming in World with something. And this is the build that I fixed up for you. So, you know, give it a go, test it out, and let me hear from you. If you did like this video, please do click the like video, guys. And, you know, if this build helped you in any way, just write a comment about it. How did it help you? If you have any questions, I'm not sure you know, if I can answer, then I will, because it's only lately that I started investing more and more into this build and this playstyle. So if you have any questions, let me know, ask me anything you want. And if you don't like this video, you can dislike this video if you want, just let me know why. I would love to change my my attitude or my anything that you find, you know, something to dislike about. Then I would love to know about it, so I could change it for later videos maybe. And if you're not subscribed yet, click the subscribe button, guys. It's free of charge. I don't bother you with anything. And if you want, you can send me mails. Like, as you can see, I deleted a lot of them, but you can see people sending me mails with a lot of questions, and what about my builds and when my next video coming up. So I do answer my you know, my followers, my viewers, whatever you want to call it, whatever. I'm talking too much. I'll queue up the video, and I'll wish you a good day, night, evening, whatever it is at your place. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I hope I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
Yo, bro, you want some swag? What's that? You know that punk swag, that New York City swag. You know what I'm saying? You know, all them crazy kids what they're doing nowadays. Get that crazy vibe New York City. Not entirely New York City, but that's, you know, that swag. Not that swag. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yo, bro, you want some swag? What's that? You know that punk swag, that New York City swag. You know what I'm saying? You know, all them crazy kids what they're doing nowadays. With that crazy vibe New York City. Not entirely New York City, but that, you know, that swag. I mean, that swag. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?